It really does feel like a battle for supremacy, doesn't it? This isn't some theoretical debate anymore. It's a very real, very intense competition playing out in the tech world, with significant implications for businesses and individuals alike.
Absolutely. We have ChatGPT, which has become a household name, almost synonymous with AI for many. And then there's Claude, perhaps a newer entrant for some, but undeniably a formidable contender. Both are incredibly powerful, both are intelligent, yet they approach tasks with distinct operational philosophies.
Their differing approaches are quite fascinating because it's not just about raw processing power or the sheer volume of data they've been trained on. It's about how they interpret prompts, how they structure information, and ultimately how they think, if we can even use that term for these complex algorithms.
And the big question for all of us, whether we're just curious or actively integrating AI into our daily workflows, is which one should we trust? Is it ChatGPT, the versatile all-rounder, or Claude, the one that supposedly understands things with a deeper, more nuanced comprehension? And
that's what we're here to unpack today. We have some truly insightful results from a series of head-to-head tests these two AIs were put through, and the findings really highlight their specialized strengths and weaknesses. It's far from a simple case of one being unequivocally better than the other across the board.
Right, it's much more nuanced than that. Let's dive into the first test, which is something many of us engage with daily: writing. Both AIs were given a straightforward yet emotionally charged task: write an emotional story.
The results were quite telling. Claude apparently delivered a story described as smooth, natural, and genuinely heart-touching. For an AI to evoke such a profound human response, that's a pretty high bar, indicating a sophisticated grasp of narrative and emotional triggers.
That's genuinely incredible, isn't it? To think an algorithm can craft a narrative that resonates emotionally. It suggests a deep understanding of human psychology, or at least the linguistic patterns that trigger those responses. ChatGPT, on the other hand, produced a story that was strong and well-structured, hitting all the technical marks.
But when it came to that elusive emotional depth, that heart-touching quality, Claude clearly edged it out. So, for pure emotional resonance in writing, Claude took that round, demonstrating a specialized capability in nuanced expression.
That makes a lot of sense. While ChatGPT's output is always competent and well-organized, sometimes it can lack that certain spark, that nuanced understanding of subtext or feeling that makes human writing truly compelling. Claude seems to tap into something more profound there.
It really does, and it makes you wonder about the specific training data and models they use. What kind of literary works was Claude exposed to that allowed it to develop that particular skill?
Fascinating. So, Claude wins the emotional writing challenge. But writing isn't just about emotion, it's also about generating fresh, impactful ideas. The next test was all about creativity, asking both AIs to give a viral YouTube idea.
Now, this is where ChatGPT truly shone. Its ideas were described as high-energy, viral, and attention-grabbing. It seems to have an innate understanding of what cuts through the noise on platforms like YouTube.
That's exactly what you'd want if you're a content creator, right? You need something that immediately grabs eyeballs. Claude, in contrast, offered ideas that were simple and realistic. While not bad, simple and realistic doesn't often translate to viral sensation on YouTube.
No, it certainly does not. If you're looking for something practical and grounded, Claude might be useful. But for that explosive, attention-grabbing potential, ChatGPT is the clear winner here. It understands the mechanics of virality, the psychology of what makes people stop scrolling.
So we're seeing a clear pattern. Claude for depth and emotion, ChatGPT for impact and broad appeal. It's like two different kinds of creative minds. One is an introspective poet, the other a savvy marketing guru.
A perfect analogy. This distinction continues into the next domain: coding, a highly technical area where precision and problem-solving are paramount.
Absolutely. For coding, the assessment indicated that Claude excels at solving complex problems in depth. So, if you have an intricate bug or are building a sophisticated system, Claude might be the one to turn to for that comprehensive solution.
While ChatGPT, on the other hand, explains things in a simple and easy way. This is huge for beginners if you're just starting out. Having an AI that can break down complex concepts into digestible pieces is invaluable.
So this round essentially ends in a tie, but with a very clear distinction based on user skill level. If you're a beginner, ChatGPT is probably your best friend. It'll hold your hand and explain the basics.
But if you're an advanced developer, someone who needs to tackle truly thorny issues or optimize complex algorithms, Claude's deeper problem-solving capabilities would be more beneficial. It's about the right tool for the specific expertise and task.
This brings us to perhaps the most abstract yet crucial test: thinking power. How do these AIs actually process and present information when asked for understanding rather than just output?
This is where Claude really shines again. It gives deep and detailed explanations, almost like a university professor. You ask it a question, and it doesn't just give you an answer. It provides context, nuances, and underlying theories, building a comprehensive understanding.
I can picture it now, standing at a whiteboard, gesturing emphatically. That kind of depth is incredibly valuable if you're trying to truly grasp a complex subject. It's not just about getting the right answer, but understanding why it's the right answer.
Exactly. ChatGPT, in contrast, gives simple and clear answers, much like a friendly teacher. It's approachable, concise, and gets straight to the point. If you just need to know the facts quickly and clearly without all the academic preamble, ChatGPT is excellent.
So, if you're a student cramming for a test and need quick, digestible facts, ChatGPT is probably your go-to. But if you're writing a thesis or genuinely trying to achieve a profound understanding of a topic, Claude's professor mode would be indispensable.
And that's a critical distinction. It highlights that intelligence in AI isn't monolithic. It manifests in different ways, catering to different cognitive needs. Do you need breadth and clarity or depth and detail?
This leads us perfectly into real-life usage scenarios because ultimately, that's what matters to most people. How do these differences translate into practical applications for various professions and tasks?
If you're a YouTuber, for instance, the analysis suggests ChatGPT is the best. This makes perfect sense, given its strength in generating viral, attention-grabbing content ideas. You need to hook viewers immediately.
Absolutely. For a YouTuber, it's all about rapid content generation, catchy titles, and understanding trends. ChatGPT's knack for high-energy viral concepts would be a huge asset there.
Then, if you're a writer, Claude is deemed perfect. This aligns perfectly with its win in the emotional story test and its ability to provide deep, nuanced explanations. Good writing often requires that emotional depth.
As a writer myself, I can see the appeal. Crafting compelling narratives, developing rich characters, exploring complex themes. These are areas where Claude's heart-touching and professor-like qualities would be invaluable.
For students, interestingly, both are useful. Depending on the task, a student might need quick, clear answers for a quiz or deep, detailed explanations for a research paper. So, having access to both would be ideal.
That's a very pragmatic assessment. One day you might need ChatGPT to quickly summarize a concept, and the next, you might turn to Claude to help you truly unpack a complex theory for an essay.
And finally, for freelancers, ChatGPT is considered more versatile. This is likely due to its all-rounder nature, its ability to tackle a wider range of tasks from generating marketing copy to drafting emails. Freelancers often wear many hats, so a versatile AI is a huge advantage.
That makes perfect sense. A freelancer needs to be adaptable, to pivot quickly between different types of projects. ChatGPT's broad capabilities mean it can assist across a multitude of tasks, making it a Swiss Army knife for the independent professional.
So, we've laid out the individual strengths and specific use cases, but then comes the really insightful part, the conclusion that smart people have apparently arrived at regarding these tools.
Yes, and it's a conclusion that resonates deeply with how we approach tools in general. Smart people don't rely on just one AI, they combine both, and by doing so, they get maximum results. It's not about choosing a side in this war, it's about building an alliance.
Exactly. It's about leveraging the unique strengths of each. You use Claude for the deep dives, the emotional resonance, the complex problem solving, and you use ChatGPT for the broad applications, the viral ideas, the clear summaries, the versatile assistants.
It's like having two expert consultants, each specializing in different but complementary fields. Why limit yourself to one when you can harness the power of both? This strategy truly embodies the idea of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts.
So the final verdict, if you had to choose just one AI, is that ChatGPT is the all-round king. It's a safe and powerful choice because of its versatility and broad utility.
And Claude, while not the all-round king, is definitively the writing master and the professor. Its ability to craft emotional narratives and provide deep, professor-like explanations sets it apart in those specific domains.
But the ultimate takeaway, the truly pro move, is to use both. Don't get caught up in the idea that there has to be a single winner. The real victory comes from understanding what each AI is best at and deploying them strategically.
It's a powerful lesson, not just for AI, but for any tool or resource. Specialization and versatility aren't mutually exclusive when you combine them intelligently. As AI continues to evolve, this nuanced understanding of their capabilities will only become more important.
Absolutely, and this is just the beginning. The potential for innovation and problem-solving using AI is immense. But it requires us to be smart users, not just passive consumers.
It really does. It's not about replacing human intelligence, but augmenting it. In this particular AI war, it seems the smartest strategy isn't to pick a single champion, but to build a dream team. The future of work, creativity, and problem-solving might just depend on how well we learn to orchestrate these powerful digital minds.
Indeed. And it's a reminder that even in a world of advanced AI, human discernment and strategic thinking remain absolutely essential. We're the conductors of this technological orchestra.
A perfect note to end on. It's about conducting, not just consuming.